Sprint Planning Meeting Overview. Sprint planning is a structured working session held at the start of every sprint. Its purpose is to align the Scrum team on what will be delivered in the upcoming sprint and how the team plans to deliver it. By the end of this meeting, the team has a clear commitment and a shared understanding of the sprint's objectives. What is sprint planning? Sprint planning is a collaborative event where the Scrum team reviews high-priority items from the product backlog and decides which of them can realistically be completed during the sprint. During this session, the team explores the most important backlog items, discusses technical and delivery approaches, selects work they can confidently complete, and defines a clear sprint goal. The result is a focused plan that balances ambition with realism. Purpose of sprint planning. Sprint planning serves two core purposes. First, selecting the most valuable work to deliver in the sprint. Second, building confidence that the selected work can be completed. This meeting is not about predicting the future with perfect accuracy. Instead, it is about creating enough clarity for the team to start the sprint with confidence. Who participates? Sprint planning includes the full Scrum team. This means the product owner, the developers, and the Scrum Master. Other stakeholders may join if invited, but the responsibility for planning and commitment stays with the Scrum team. How long should sprint planning take? The length of sprint planning depends on the sprint duration. A practical guideline is about 45 minutes per sprint week. A 1-week sprint takes around 45 minutes. A 2-week sprint takes about 90 minutes. And a 4-week sprint takes roughly 3 hours. New teams may take longer at first, but planning becomes more efficient as experience grows. What happens during sprint planning? The product owner explains the highest priority backlog items. The team asks questions to understand requirements and constraints. Work is broken into manageable tasks when needed. The team evaluates how much work fits within their capacity, and the sprint goal is finalized. The developers decide how much work they can commit to, not the product owner. Capacity-based versus velocity-based planning. Capacity-based planning focuses on the team's available time and people. The team reviews high-priority items, breaks them into tasks, estimates work in hours, and compares total effort against team capacity. If capacity allows, more items are added. If not, items may be split, replaced, or deferred. Velocity-based planning relies on average past performance and can be useful for long-term forecasting, but it is less reliable for short-term commitments. Capacity-based planning is generally more accurate and flexible for sprint planning. Managing flow of work. Not all backlog items are equal in size. Strong Scrum teams balance their sprint backlog by mixing larger complex items with smaller, quick-to-complete items. This helps maintain a steady flow of work and avoids bottlenecks at the end of the sprint. Are detailed tasks and estimates required? The goal of sprint planning is commitment, not perfect task lists. Some teams need task breakdowns and rough estimates to feel confident. Others keep planning lightweight by using consistently sized tasks. Both approaches are valid as long as the team understands the work well enough to commit. Assigning tasks. Best practice is to avoid assigning every task during sprint planning. Instead, teams often leave tasks unassigned initially and allow developers to pull work during the sprint. This increases flexibility and encourages collaboration, especially as teams mature. Inputs to sprint planning. Key inputs in time, refine prioritized product backlog. Estimates for high priority items, the team capacity or estimate product ownership peak capacity with a day's 2 sprints worth of backlog items. Outputs of sprint planning. Sprint planning uses 2 planning items. A sprint goal is sold sleep with the study what the sprint aims to achieve, and why it matters. In a sprint backlog, a list of backlog items selected for the sprint, and one with an evolving set of tasks required to complete them. I've made that as the sprint progresses, reflecting new insights and discoveries.
Key takeaway. Sprint planning is about shared understanding, realistic commitment, and alignment. When done well, it sets the tone for a focused, productive sprint and enables the team to deliver value with confidence.